Okay, good evening students. Now let's discuss about the new topic of this chapter, that is electric field. Okay, so you also studied this concept in class 10 also. So now recall that one. What do you mean by electric field? Electric field means a space or region around any body. Okay, so if we consider in this point a q amount of charge is placed, and this is the field created by or generated by this charge q. So but this field or this region has a limit up to which if we bring any other charges, that charge experience a force due to that electric field. So how we define electric field? The space or region around a charge with which it influence can be experienced. How it experienced? By another charge. Either it will be same charge or the unlike charge, like charge or unlike charge. So that means this is the region or this is the electric field which is created by this charge q. Now if any charge is placed here, then this charge does not feel any experience or does not experience any force due to that electric field because it is the out of range. Now if this another charge, this is q1 placed inside the electric field, now due to that electric field it experiences a force on it. Okay, so the space or region up to which around a charge with which another charge body experience a force, that is called electric field. But this definition in its standard is class 10, but you studied in class 12 now. So how we define 12 standard definition? So this charge experience of force, so we can say that basically that force acting on a unit positive charge. So whenever we define anything, so we consider the unit positive charge. So if we placed any unit positive charge here, whatever the force acting on it, that is called electric field. So basically we can write force acting on a unit positive charge is called electric field. So mathematically we can write E equals to F by Q1, not this Q. Okay, which charge is placed or which charge is situated inside the electric field or on which charge the force is act, that charge will be right here. If you mention this here, if you write the capital Q and here it is the small q, then you can write this in this expression E equals to F by Q. So this charge means the on which the or that charge which is experience a force due to the electric field. Okay, so E equals to F by Q1, and E, electric field, is a vector quantity. It has a magnitude and a direction. Force also, we know that force is a vector quantity. So electric field also a vector quantity. So now let's talk about its unit. What is the unit of electric field? We know that the SI unit of force is Newton and SI unit of charge is Coulomb. So Newton by Coulomb, that means the SI unit of electric field is Newton per Coulomb or volt per meter. We also discussed this topic later. Now you remember the SI unit of electric field is Newton per Coulomb. Is it clear up to this? Okay. Now what is the direction in which direction electric field acts? The direction of electric field always in the direction of force. In which direction force is applied? Suppose here this charge is situated. If this side is force is applied, then electric field direction also the same direction of the applied force. Okay. Now from this diagram, here we get two types of charge. One charge which generate the electric field, another one charge which experience a force due to that electric field, or we can say that which measured the strength of the electric field. Okay, so here this charge which generate or which produce the electric field, that is called source charge. Source, the source of electric field. So that charge which produce electric field is called source charge, and the charge which experience a force due to that electric field or which is measured the strength of the electric field is called test charge. So here we got two types of charges. One is a source charge which produce electric field, another one is a test charge which experience a force or which measure the strength of that electric field. Now this is the two diagrams for what? If we placed any positive charge, then what will be the direction of electric field? So for positive charge, always the direction of electric field outward direction, and for negative charge, always the direction of electric field is inward direction. So I think is it clear? It is clear. Electric field expression, its unit, source charge, test charge, and the diagram for positive and negative charge. Electric field direction for positive charge and negative charge. Okay. Now next topic. We find out or we calculate electric field due to a point charge. In the previous video, we discussed this point charge means the whose dimension is 0 or dimensionless charge. So we can neglect its mass also. So that's why we consider the point charge. And this one is a source charge. So this small q is a test charge which experience a force due to this electric field which is created by capital Q. So capital Q is a source charge and we consider small q as a point charge. This is a test charge, we consider it is a point charge. Okay. Now these two charges are separated by a distance r. And we know that from Coulomb's law, if two charges separated by a distance, a force always act on it, and that force expression is F equals to K. The value of K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught in air medium or in a vacuum. Okay. K Q into Q by R square. Capital Q into small q by R square. We know that is a formula. F equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. So here Q1 represents capital Q, Q2 represents small q by R square. Now definition of electric field, we get E equals to F by Q. This equation we got. Now we put this value or this expression of F here. So we get K into Q by R square. The value of K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is a permittivity in a air medium or in a vacuum. If any other medium is there, then we simply write 4 pi epsilon only. So we get E equals to KQ by R square. If we write this equation in a vector form, so here we know that in a vector form we write a cap sign over there. That means it represents a unit vector. Unit vector gives us a direction, and unit vector equals to the vector and its magnitude. So here we can write E equals to K into Q into R vector. In place of R cap, we write R vector by R. So R square is there, that's why R cube. So this is a vector form of electric field due to a point charge. Now from this expression, we conclude that E, if K is a constant, this Q charge also be constant, then we say that E is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between two charges. That means if the distance between two charges increases, what happens? The electric field decreases. That means the strength of the electric field decreases. So that test charge experiences a less amount of force. So the electric field, we can say that the electric field is weak. Okay. So and if we decrease the distance between these two charges, what happens? Electric field intensity or strength of the electric field increases, because the force act on the test charge or experienced by test charge is also increases. That's why the electric field also, it's more powerful than the previous one. So we can say that if the distance between two charges increases, electric field decreases. That means electric force also be decreases, and if it will be decreases, that distance between two charges decreases, then the electric field increases, and that means it is more powerful than the previous one. Now we discuss a very important topic, or the new topic in this chapter, that is electric dipole. Di means two, pole means both sides, so two poles are there. So what is electric dipole? Basically it is a system of two charges. And that what is the type of that charges? Two type of charges, magnitude is same, but both are unlike charges. So one is a plus q, another one is a minus q. Okay, so electric dipole is basically a construction or a system of charges. What type of charges is there? The system of two equal means identical, unlike charges, and when that two charges separated by a finite distance or separated by a distance is called electric dipole. This is a diagram for electric dipole. This is the two charges, its magnitude is same, q. Okay, both charges are equal magnitude, but in both are unlike. One is a negative, another one is a positive, and these two charges separated by a distance 2a. Now your question is here, why we consider the distance 2a? This is nothing but for our calculation purpose. If suppose this is because its magnitude is same, so we get one origin at the middle point. So if it is 2a, then this distance is a, this distance is a. So it is easy for us to calculate the next derivation. That's why we consider this is a 2a. Okay, so what is electric dipole? A system of two equal or identical unlike charges separated by a finite distance is called electric dipole. Now, the strength of the electric dipole, how much is strong or how much it's weak, that strength of the electric dipole is measured by the dipole moment. This is also very important topic is this chapter, dipole moment. The strength of the dipole is measured by the dipole moment, and it is a vector quantity. It is denoted by P vector. Okay, and its direction always negative to positive. Electric field direction is positive to negative, but electric dipole moment direction negative to positive, opposite to the direction of the electric field. And how we define it? The electric dipole moment equals to magnitude of any charge, because magnitude is same. So magnitude of any charge, that is q, into the distance between these two charges, that is 2a. Okay, so q into 2a, that is called dipole moment. For example, H2O, HCl, CH3COOH, these are the electric dipole. Okay, so what is this SI unit? This is a coulomb and it is a meter. So coulomb into meter. So that unit of dipole moment is coulomb into meter. And as we also studied, also dictate that the its direction is negative to positive, that is opposite to the electric field direction. Now if we ask what is the total charge of this system, total charge means this plus this, so minus 1 plus 1, what? 0. Net charge, total charge of the system is 0, but total electric field cannot be 0. Total charge of the system is 0, but total electric field cannot be 0, because if we consider one point is here, so the one electric field is due to this positive charge, one due to this positive charge. This distance and this distance are different. So because of the position of these two charges, the electric field cannot be 0. Okay, position. So total electric field cannot be 0 because due to the different position of vectors. Vectors means position vectors. If we consider any point here, so if we join, this is R1. R1 is a position vector of plus q. This is r2. r2 is the position vector of minus q. So due to different position of the vectors, total electric field cannot be 0, but total charge is always 0. Okay, now next topic is electric field lines. You know this one, you also studied in class 10. Electric field lines, how you remember this one? Electric field line is always a curved path, it is a continuous path. So these are those curves in electric field at which by drawing a tangent on it. So if suppose this is a plus, this is a minus, so the electric field lines like this way. Okay, suppose in any point if we make a tangent, so it gives us the direction of electric field. So tangent on it, we can get the direction of electric field at that point. Now this electric field lines has some property. It starts from positive and ends at negative. Two electric field lines cannot be intersect each other. This is very important. Why? Because if these two electric field lines intersect each other at the intersection point, we get two direction of electric field, which is not possible. Electric field direction only one. Okay, but in this point we get this direction and this direction also, which is impossible. That's why two electric field lines can never intersect each other. Second one, the tangent. If we draw at any point, if we draw a tangent, this tangent gives us the direction of electric field. Fourth number is uniform electric field lines. Uniform means like this way. Uniform electric field lines always parallel to each other. And closer field lines create a strong force. Suppose any object is here and the electric field lines passing through like this way. So in this region, the electric field lines are very close to each other. So that means the force act on it, it's very strong. But here, if we if we place this point here the distance between the electric field lines is more. So the force act on it is less compared to this point. So closer field lines create a strong force and the field lines far from each other create a less force. Clear? Okay. Thank you.